our government and the choice between freedom versus tyranny.
Nobody has a chronic disease burden like we have. Why are we allowing this to happen to our children? Ultimately, the only thing that will save our country is if we choose to love our kids more than we hate each other.
What is going on here is deeper than politics. It is deeply spiritual. We are being called to rise above the hatred and the fear and the evil.
We need to remember above and beyond that we must love our neighbors, that we must treat other people as we hope to be treated.
You want to be a rebel? You want to be a hippie? You want to stick it to the man? Show up on your college campus and try calling yourself a conservative.
America is going to reach heights that it has never seen before. The future is going to be amazing!
Don't you want healthy children? Don't you want a president that's going to make America healthy again?
I come to you today as a former Democrat. I will be a first-time Trump voter tonight.
The people dreamed this country, and it's the people who are making America great again.
Woo! Does that not get you pumped up? I saw that just yesterday, and I told producer, we got to play this, man. Because I have to get hope. And as the days get closer and closer, I know I can feel it. I know you can feel it too. What Trump said in the very beginning of that video, look at the opportunity that we have. Oh, gave me chills when I heard that. Look at the opportunities we have. That's the first time I heard him say that, that's something my father would say. Always opportunistic. Meaning, hey, things, we got it, man. Here's an opportunity for you, son. Go take it. Just like Trump just said. Look at the opportunities that are ahead of us. And I think that's and I need this too. This is what Trump brings. He brings that forward-thinking mentality. Like my father never looked in the past. Can't do anything about it. Move on. Move on. He's right. I fight that sometimes. Looking back, should I have done that? What's my regrets? How can I get better? Nope. Forget it. Move on. The world's moving on. You want to stay in the past? Fine, son. Stay in the past, but the world's going to pass you by. It's passing you by right now. Get in the ball game. And that's what Trump brings. Trump brings that attitude of, hey, I understand it's bad. I understand all that. I'm not Pollyanna. I'm not saying it's great. I'm not saying that we need to forget about it. No. We're going to address all that. But I want you to look at the positive. Look at the opportunity that we have. Look, and everyone feels it. The left knows it. You can sense it. They feel it in the depths of their bones. The world is changing. It's changing. And it's happening right in front of us. Two prominent Democrats that you would never think, Tulsi Gabbard and RFK Jr., they're in this video. They're Trumpers. They're America, MAGA. Elon Musk, MAGA. Vivek Ramaswamy, J.D. Vance. I think that Trump has a unique position, a unique power, if you will, of taking people that maybe we're not far right, hard conservatives, and just kind of grab them and go, you're over here now. And they're like, okay, I see it. Yep. There is a shift in America. Do we still need to be picked upside down and shake all the garbage off of us? all the child sex trafficking, all the pornography, all of the taxation, all of the atheist, agnostic views, all the secular destruction. Yes, 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 and yes, and yes again. But it's beginning. I know you can feel it. I know my audience is smart. You're intuitive. You know it. I feel it. I go off of a lot of research, data, but I also go quite a bit off of my gut. Does this feel right? Or if it feels wrong, I'm like, don't ignore that. I can't tell you how many people I've met in my life where I'm like, nope, I cannot put my finger on it. I don't know why. I can't articulate it right now. No, gone, not around them. See you later. They're weird. For whatever reason. Maybe I'm wrong. I'm not rolling the dice, especially when it comes to my son. My son has some degenerate kid. Gone, not allowed around. I've already done that once or twice. My son even knew it before I even said it to him. Even as a young man, dropping one kid off, he's like, Dad, he's just had real bad manners. I don't think we should have him over anymore. Good idea, son. Good. You're learning rapidly. You know more now at age 7 than people that have been on planet Earth for 80 years. Civility, kindness, politeness, manners means a big deal. Donald Trump's big on that too. On a personal note, what I really admire, but at the same time thankful for, because I would have liked to have had Trump in office when I was a younger man, because I grew up in New Orleans, and New Orleans is everyone drinks. There's nothing wrong with, your child's 1 year old, he should already be sipping some beer, right? Let's put it in his bottle. He'll be fine. Help him sleep. Drive through daiquiris, shops, drive up. What are you, 13? Yeah, you look 18. Here's a daiquiri. Go ahead and drive. Driving, drinking daiquiris, liquor. And I never drank. Even as a young teenager, all the way through adulthood, don't drink. And I was considered weird. I just didn't want to do it. My parents were like, no drinking, no drugs. And then if you don't do that, then you have no curfew. And I was like, okay, no curfew. Donald Trump doesn't drink. Donald Trump doesn't smoke. Donald Trump doesn't take drugs. His brother taught him that eventually died, I think, of alcoholism or a complication thereof. And Donald Trump makes that normal. He makes that almost cool. Like, no, I don't drink. I don't need any stimulants in my life. I have a $1 billion lifestyle. I have a smoking hot wife that is about 20 years younger than me. That is, it still looks like she should go down the runway model. I have children that love me that are highly successful. I have the world at my fingertips. Why would I put anything in my body that would put me in danger of making a mistake? So on a personal note, I have great admiration and respect for Donald Trump. Just amazing. Is he narcissistic? Yeah, I don't care. I want that. I want a hard line dude that's just like, screw it. I'm doing it my way. Get out of my way if you don't like it. Try to put me in jail. Oh, you tried? I'm not in jail anymore. You gave me a mugshot. You made me the most famous person on planet Earth. No one's more famous than him. You legitimized me by making me a thug. I own it. The worst thing the Dems ever did. What are you gonna do, try to kill me? I survived. I'm now in mythology. I'm up there with the Greek gods. You gonna steal my election? Okay, I'm gonna come back the next time, man. I'm gonna just run right over top of you. I'm gonna win a landslide. That's why he's saying, look at the opportunities. Meaning, look what we have overcome. And look what I have overcome. And he says I in the we form because he's very aware. They hate him because they hate us. He is us and we are him. No one could have that much disdain and hate for one man as they do. And it's not because they hate him. They hate the collective baskets of deplorables that are in the over 100+ million of us. That's why they hate him so much, because they have to hate each one of us, and it exponentially gets worse. There is hope. And if you needed any more example of hope the last 2 days, all you need to do was listen to Pete Hegseth destroy those cackling women and those weird looking dudes. Did you see Tim Kaine, the former vice president running mate of Hillary Clinton? His hair. Dude, you're bald, but you kept them what? I mean, push it down or shave it. Do something. Don't let it just stick out like your finger got stuck in a light socket. You look stupid. And you sound stupid. And Hegseth just crushed them. You want to know who else crushed them today? Pam Bondi. Going through the nomination process, confirmation process of being the Attorney General. And I have 5 videos. Why would I spend 5 videos on anyone or anything on my show? Because she's a rock star. She doesn't give 2 cents what these morons think of her, and she challenges them and she puts them in their place. And she is an example, like Pete is, she is, and Trump is, Tom Homan, Rodney Scott, Tulsi Gabbard, RFK Jr., Don Jr. They're examples of do not bend a knee. Do not ever apologize. Do not ever ask for forgiveness. Do not ever
January 6th insurrectionists who committed violence shouldn't be pardoned.
You said that I have to sit up here and say these things. No, I don't. I sit up here and speak the truth. I'm not going to sit up here and say anything that I need to say to get confirmed by this body. I don't have to say anything. I will answer the questions to the best of my ability.
Beautiful. You see when Dick Durbin put his eyes down? He bowed his head a little bit. That's the telltale sign. You just got your butt whooped. So why don't you sit there and see if you can pull some fake ribbons of your war time in Vietnam, you disgusting loser. Oh, disgusting losers. Here comes a guy named Senator Padilla. Got to make sure to say his last name with all the Enyas and Enyas, because he'll be upset. That's white nationalism. These people make me sick. Listen to Pam Bondi just kind of, they want you to just sit down and shut up, man. I got this.
Your job will be, I'm speaking, your job will be to protect voters and election workers, not to undermine and dox them. Now, I know that earlier you agreed that Joe Biden is in fact president, but many of the president-elect's inner circle continue to spread the big lie about the 2020 election. Then we'll move on to a different topic.
Senator, you were speaking.
Logan, I just sent you a text.
I'm going to ask you the next question. You can speak, and I hope you answer, Ms. Bondi.
Well, I'd
now,
like
when
to
we met
answer
yesterday,
the previous one, Senator.
When we met yesterday,
You pointed your finger at me and
you
said
did not
you were
seem
speaking.
to be familiar
Let me answer my
with
question.
the
I'm not going to be bullied by you,
clause, the
Senator
14th
Padilla.
Amendment of the United States of America, which was deeply disappointing.
I guess you
And I'm
didn't want to
hoping
hear
you're more
my
familiar
answer
with it
about
today
Pennsylvania.
after I gave an opportunity to study overnight. So can you tell me and this committee what the Citizenship Clause of the 14th Amendment says?
Senator, I'm here to answer your questions. I'm not here to do your homework and study for you. If I am confirmed as
You're
Attorney
the one
General,
asking for a confirmation
hey,
vote,
you
ma'am.
cut me off. Can I please finish?
What does the 14th Amendment say?
Senator, the 14th Amendment, we all know, addresses birthright citizenship. I have been a state prosecutor. I've been a state AG. I look forward to, even given your remarks today, working with you and the people of California if I am confirmed as the 87th Attorney General of the United States of America. I didn't take your homework assignment. I'm sorry. I was preparing for today.
That's how you answer people like that. You answer them by not answering them. You don't give them any quarter. Why does Padilla so focused on the 14th Amendment? He's from California. I'll tell you why. Because all of the anchor babies that have been brought and birthed in America are not they're not citizens. The 14th Amendment that he's discussing says two-pronged system. You have to be born on American soil and this is very big and you have to be under the jurisdiction of America. Well, if you're an illegal alien from Honduras and you drop your child, your water breaks and you give birth right on the dusty border trail, well, you hit one of two. Your baby was born in America. Sorry, that's under the jurisdiction of Honduras. Goodbye. That has to be changed immediately. And this is right there is an incredible example of how racist the people that represent us are. He doesn't care about Americans. He cares about illegal aliens. Unbelievable. Let's go to the next one. This guy is Senator Whitehouse. Now, what makes Senator White? This is a great name too, Whitehouse. Senator Whitehouse. Where do we learn about this man? Well, because he belonged, and I still think he still belongs to, an all-white country club. Could you imagine a Republican belonging to an all-white country club? So let's hear what the racist Senator Whitehouse has to say to Pam Bondi.
You have said that Department of Justice prosecutors will be prosecuted in the Trump administration. What Department of Justice prosecutors will be prosecuted and why?
I said that on TV. I said prosecutors will be prosecuted to finish the quote, if bad. Investigators will be investigated. You know, we all take an oath, Senator, to uphold the law. None of us are above the law. Let me give you a really good example of a bad lawyer within the Justice Department, a guy named Klein Smith, who altered a FISA warrant, one of the most important things we can do in this country. So will everyone be held to an equal, fair system of justice if I am the next Attorney General? Absolutely. And no one is above the law.
Under what circumstances will you prosecute journalists for what they write?
I believe in the freedom of speech. Only if anyone commits a crime. It's pretty basic, Senator, with anything, with any victim. And this goes back to my entire career for 18 years as a prosecutor and then 8 years as Florida's Attorney General. You find the facts of the case, you apply the law in good faith, and you treat everyone fairly.
White House is a moron. He's just a moron. But he isn't as big a moron as this stupid broad. This is AOC in about 30 years. This is AOC. This is what AOC is going to look like and sound like, because AOC's brain's going to start slowing down. We know it. We know it. She's only a function on several brain cells around up there, and they're just going to die from old age and time. But the senator from Hawaii, this is the person that I know without a shadow of a doubt that there is a shadow government, because there's no way this intellectual moron has any ability to understand anything that's going on, and she is told everything to do. She is a bona fide idiot. I don't even know I don't know what other adjectives to describe this woman. She is grotesque in every way, but it's her voice that's the most grotesque. To listen to that whiny, screechy voice, dear Lord, have mercy on my soul. Go ahead and play her just for as long as we can take it, Logan.
That you as Attorney General should investigate one of his perceived political enemies. Would you do so?
Senator Hirono, I wish you had met with me. Had you met with me, we could have discussed many things and gotten to know you.
I am listening to you now. Could you respond to the question?
Yeah, you were the only one who refused to meet with me, Senator. But what we would have discussed is that it is the job of the Attorney General to
I'm very
follow
happy to listen
the law.
to your responses under oath, Ms. Bondi. So I think it's really important to us that the Attorney General be independent of the White House. And you have a president-elect who considers the AG's office his law firm. I would like to know whether if the president suggests, hints, asks, that you as Attorney General should investigate one of his perceived enemies?
Senator, I certainly have not heard the president say that. But what I will tell you is 2/3 of Americans have lost faith in the Department of Justice. And it's statements like that, I believe,
Ms.
that make
Bondi.
people continue to lose faith. If I am confirmed as Attorney General, it will be my job
Getting
to
on
not
to my
only
next
keep
question,
America
you're not
safe,
responding.
but restore integrity to that department.
Why don't we
and that's
move
what
on
I
to
plan
something
on
that
doing
you said.
every single day as Attorney General.
On August 25th, 2025,
She is. How does she even get up in the morning? How does her brain function to tell her, hey, you need to wake up? I think you might have to go to the bathroom. You might need to get a glass of water. I mean, that has to be the extent of the functioning brain power she has. And no one even tries to hide the fact, right? They don't even take her serious. They're just like, okay, the gentle senator from Hawaii. Oh, okay, go ahead, gentle lady. And everyone's like, oh my gosh, are you kidding me? Now, as much as I despise that stupidity and that lack of intellect, this next guy, oh my goodness. This guy, Pam Bondi, puts him right in his place. You want to talk about disgusting person? Adam Schiff. Pencil neck Adam Schiff. Horrific. Horrific. Go ahead and play this moron.
I'm asking you, sitting here today, whether you are aware of a factual predicate to investigate Liz Cheney.
Senator, no one
Based
has
on what
asked
you
me
know.
to investigate Liz Cheney. That is a
The
hypothetical.
president has called for it publicly. You are aware of that, aren't you?
No one has asked me to investigate.
But the president
Liz.
has
We're
called-
also
the
worried about
president-
Liz Cheney,
the
Senator.
president has
You know what
called
we
for
should
this-
be worried about?
Ms. Bondi,
the
please
crime rate
answer
in
my
California
questions.
right now
You
is
are
through
aware,
the roof.
Ms. Bondi,
Your
my-
robberies
Ms.
are
Bondi,
87%
my
higher
question-
than the national
my question
average.
is this.
That's what I
My
want to
question
be
is
focused
this.
on, Senator.
Do you have the
if I'm
power to
confirmed
say
as
no to the
Attorney
president?
General.
That woman is awesome. You do exactly that every time you go to Congress. You don't answer their questions. Their questions are nonsensical. What you do is you take your time, and you jam them. You tell them that their constituencies are being destroyed. 87% over the normal crime rate. You're incompetent. That's all she's saying. She's saying you're incompetent, you're grossly negligent, you're stupid, and then you just put them in his place. You put them in their place. You talk to the senator from Hawaii, and you just placate her. You just you're an idiot. That's the only way to deal with these people. These people are mental patients. They're not grounded in any faith or any beliefs. They have no belief system. They're liars. Yes, you should be optimistic. Yes, the world's changing, but you must be bold like people like Pam Bondi and Pete Hessek, Tom Homan. You have to speak in bold strokes. You have to be able to stand straight and tall and confidently and say, you're wrong. In fact, you're so wrong that I have to believe that you're doing this on purpose. Thus, that makes you evil. And I detest you and despise you. Period. Why would you give them any quarter? Why would you be civil in the way that civility has been taught to us in an inaccurate way? And civility is being kind and compassionate and understanding. It is not. You are not civil when you take abuse, when you get punched in the face. No, that's not civility. That's being a coward. And we are sitting in the world we are in today because we have been lied to, we have been mocked, we have been pushed aside, all because we allowed them to. Because we have been lied to by our pastors and priests. Turn the other cheek. Be a good Christian. No, that's not what God wanted. That's not what God, you misinterpreted all of it. You don't even know the words of the Bible. You're still trying to teach me that you shall not kill is a commandment. It's you shall not murder. Words have very, very powerful meanings, and there's a difference between being murdered or murdering and killing someone. Same thing of sitting there and being taught ad nauseum since I was a young kid, even as a very, very young kid. Turn the other cheek, JJ. Let's just let them. Okay, I remember a young kid going, wait, how many times am I supposed to turn my other cheek? Well, 70 times 70. No. Those are two different scriptures. Well, what are you talking about? No. Okay, well, no, that's a good question, Mr. Priest, Mr. School Teacher. Why am I going to, how many times I got to turn my cheek before I defend myself? It was always, JJ, just go to next class. Nope. I don't believe you. I think you're lying to me. Nothing makes sense. And as I get older, you find out, no, that's the idea that God, our God, that Jesus wants us to be impotent, weak creatures? No, absolutely not. Will not. I will never believe that. Never. I don't care how many times you try to jam your erroneous scripture down my throat. Nope, not going to happen. God wants bold, strong, confident men that will go to war when the bell rings. Period. That's it. Won't be violent for violence sake. Won't be a thug. Will take care of your wife and your children. But when that bell rings and I have to protect my wife and the children, or I have to protect my country, or I have to engage with the enemy within, I'll do it. Ding, ding. Fight's on. Let's go. There's few of us left. I will say that. But when you watch these people and you look at the totality of the stupidity, the totality of the ignorance, the totality of the intentional and strategic destruction of our country, why in God's name would you not have your money diversified? Why would you not have a sat phone? Why would you not have a ballistic backpack? I know I'm conflating two of my sponsors. I don't care. Why wouldn't you have any of those stuff from my sponsors? Why? I don't even care. Don't even use my promo code. Don't even do anything. Just go get yourself right. Adam Schiff has control of your monetary funds and how the dollar is going to perform. Geronimo, as I could call her, or senator from the land of stupidity. She has control over your life. Do not think money is not powerful. Tell me money doesn't matter when you have none. Tell me how it's not, it doesn't bring happiness. It doesn't take care of things. Oh, really? I'm freezing to death. I'm starving. Yeah, don't worry about it. No, I'm worried about it. Diversify. Swiss America Precious Metals. Swiss America Precious Metals. Go to West Peters. You want a sat phone as your whole world deteriorates in front of your eyes, as neighborhoods go up in flames. You can't get cell service. The actual governor, that moron, has no ability because his phones are down. Wouldn't it have been great if you had your sat phone and you said, no, it's okay. I have a sat phone. Here, dial up President Biden right now. Tell him you're calling him on my sat phone to answer it. That would be beautiful. That would be powerful. Sat123.com, sat123.com, precious metals. I'm going to show you a clip right now of my next interview that's going to be released tomorrow in the vault. You go to you go to worldviewtube.com/JJ, worldviewtube.com/JJ. Go to the vault, subscribe, be a paid member. And this 2-hour plus interview is riveting, intriguing. You're going to want to see it. Sarah Maccabee, the wife of January 6er. She's got 5 days. Is it 5 days in a wake up? I think it is. 5 days in a wake up. And she's going to wake up and pray to God afternoon on Monday when President Trump is the president, the pardons go into effect, and he is coming home. I can't imagine the excitement, the anticipation, and at the same time, I can't imagine the resentment, the anger, and the desire for justice and revenge. It would dominate my soul. I know it. I'm going to be very honest with you. That's what would happen to my soul. It would go black, and I'd want justice by sitting in solitary confinement, rotting to death, as her husband has. Here's a 4-minute video, give you a little taste of what is going to be released tomorrow on the vault at worldviewtube.com/JJ. I think that was in great insight for you to say that you knew it was bigger than you and your husband. And that takes a lot of, I think, intellect to be able to acknowledge that, because when you're involved in that, the world is you. I mean, it's you and your husband. The world's collapsing down on you. But you are right that it is bigger than you and your husband. But you are playing such a significant role in this. Before I continue, I want to just ask you about your husband's fate, because I'm retired law enforcement and I'm in that community and we're brothers. It doesn't matter if I'm Border Patrol and sheriff. I mean, I worked with task forces, with sheriffs and PD and FBI, everybody. So we all work together. We all have the same outlook. I think about flying over here, and I've done this since I've met you back in August, I think it was. And I think about this, and I think every law enforcement officer thinks about this sometime in their career. What if the tables were turned? And what if I was in that cell with all these other guys? What would happen to me? And I thought about that, and especially after January 6th, and as it goes on, law enforcement guys get jammed up. I don't know if I have very strong faith. I never deny God exists. I know it absolutely for sure. But there have been stretches in my life, especially in law enforcement, where I'm just like, I'm not talking to you. Everything that you've created is evil, and it's abomination, knowing that he didn't create the evil.
Yeah.
But I'm living it.
Yeah.
I'm seeing it every day, the worst of the worst of the worst all the time. So my fear is that if I end up in jail, my soul would go black. because I'd be so enraged with anger and resentment and having no recourse for it. Has your husband gone through that? Or has he gone through that and increased his faith? Or what has increased his faith? Because I find this to be fascinating to understand from a law enforcement perspective.
You know, when you literally hit rock bottom and you have no one around you, right? He had me, he had my family, but there were times we didn't know where he was for a week at a time, and he was literally living in a box. When I tell you he was living in a box, he was in solitary confinement with nothing but a metal bed, a sheet, no pillow. His food would come through a flap that they would give him. He wasn't even allowed out. He didn't have a window. He didn't know what time it was. And the only other thing he had in there other than a toilet was a Bible. And so what do you do at that point? You can sit with yourself in your head and let your mind run a million miles an hour in the wrong direction. Or are you mentally strong enough to rein yourself in and to really buckle down and say, all right, Lord, I have absolutely no idea what you're doing here. None. I can see what you've done in my past and how you've saved me from different things that have happened previously, but I truly do not understand what's going on, and I don't even know what the future looks like. And I think that's what he did. He just completely submitted to the Lord and said, listen, whatever your will is, I will do. You know, he was humble enough to be that faithful servant in the darkest times of his life. And I think, you know, that's one thing that he has always said. He was one of 9 on the case. They lumped these guys together. He was the only one that took it to trial in front of a jury. And he got the most time out of all of the other individuals because he utilized his constitutional rights and took it to trial. But one of the things that he had said was that he has told us, I absolutely believe, and I said this before he had even confirmed it, he would have done what he did on January 6th all over again tomorrow, knowing what he has gone through, not knowing what the next few weeks are going to hold, what the next few years are going to hold, but because he is the type of person, he not only stands in faith, but he is so convicted in who he is as an individual. That's why he was such a good law enforcement officer. He has that spirit of giving and wanting to give back to the community, that he would do it all over again tomorrow because he was doing the right thing. And he, you know, as we said about the car accident, the Lord saved him from that. But I believe there were multiple instances before it. I could have gone with him. My mother could have gone with him. And we both stayed home. And I think that the Lord called him there for that day.
Powerful out of you. Sarah Maccabee is extremely intelligent, articulate, determined, accomplished, beautiful example of what a wife should be like in times of turmoil and angst. Go to worldviewtube.com, join the vault. No, you don't just see my stuff, all Brandon House's stuff. You can see the multitude of suits and pocket squares and the perfectly tailored vest. He's got a plethora of them. But you get all of that. You get all the stuff from Worldview Tube for years. Everyone that participates and puts stuff into the vault is there for you. So it's just not my stuff. But I'm going to continue to put daily monologues, or my takes, I call it, a daily take in there. And I'm also going to put in one incredible long-form interview after another into the vault. All right, it's Wednesday. You know what? Is it Wednesday? No, it's Tuesday. Holy cow, I'm going to give you this early. Man almighty, my week I thought was going so fast. It's Wednesday. Thank you. Logan just corrected me. It's Wednesday. I'm like, am I losing my mind? It's Wednesday. Of course, I know it's Wednesday because I have Libs of TikTok on Wednesday. I have to. It's in my DNA now. And my last 2 parts of my Libs of TikTok are for the young single men that are in the production studio part of Worldview 2. My last 2 are for you 2 guys. Think, all right, Logan, are there 2 single guys in there or 3 today? I think there's 2. Whoa. Oh, there's only 1 single guy. The other guy took off. The other 2 guys took off. Oh, he just left. So Okay, so Logan, you make sure that that guy knows that he gets the pick of the litter today. He gets to choose. This is going to be great. This is a good day. I feel Chuck Woolery is going to, he passed away, but I think he's going to come and take over my body. He's going to make this love connection happen. I think, Logan, just tell him to pay attention to the last two clips because he's going to want to really dig in and choose who it might be his love connection. You just don't know. You don't know where love is going to hit. You don't know where love is going to strike you. It could just be looking at a video on Truth with JJ and you're like, dang it, I love that person. And I stress person, not man or woman, because that's bigotry. You got to be open. You got to be open. You got to be open to facial hair. You never know. Love comes in strange forms nowadays. Let's start off with one that is, it's going to blow your mind when you look at this abuse and that we're allowing it to happen in our lives. It's a minute long, but it's worth it to show you, as Trump says, we have opportunities. This is one of the opportunities. We must change this mental insanity as fast as we can.
When our child Zoomer was born in 2016, my partner Brent and I decided to raise them without assigning a gender. We didn't disclose their reproductive anatomy to people who didn't need to know. We used the gender-neutral pronouns they, them, their until Zoomer could tell us what pronouns fit best, and we taught Zoomer about bodies, gender, identity, and expression in an expansive and inclusive way. We wanted to hold space for the possibility that Zoomer could be intersex, transgender, or non-binary, and we were committed to protecting them from experiencing sexism in early childhood. Zoomer wore all the clothes, played with all the toys, and got to experience a childhood free of gender stereotypes. Around Zoomer's 4th birthday, he told us that he's a boy and that he loves he/him pronouns. Zoomer knows who he is and understands that gender is not binary and that his body doesn't define his destiny. We call this gender creative parenting, and there's resources and an amazing community waiting for you if you want to learn more.
Libs of TikTok they always deliver. When you think you've hit rock bottom in the world and you've seen sickness, no. Libs of TikTok, you deliver, baby. You come with the goods every single time. We don't know what this child was born. We have no idea. Was it born a girl or a boy? What the hell is going on in America? I'll tell you what's going on in America. Let me introduce you to, if you haven't met, Congressman Tim McBride. Now, you're going to see him reading a book to students dressed as a woman. Our first transgender congressperson. And then I want you to listen to how she describes this book called Jazz and Friends. And guess who's sponsoring it? I want you to look at the billboard, if you will, or the promotional material on the right side of the video to see the letters NEA. Go ahead and show this. This will make you even madder, if you can imagine.
She went with her family to the doctor, and the doctor said that she's a girl, and everyone should see her and treat her like a girl, right? Which is to say that they should call her Jazz. Yeah. And they should treat her with respect and be nice to her. But can I ask you one more question? So that journey that she had from people thinking she was a boy and the fact that Jazz knew she was a girl to her parents and her friends accepting her as the girl that she is, that journey is called being transgender. And like Jazz said,
what about this one?
Makes her
You like this one, Logan?
Some of the other kids. And Jazz at the end talks about how being different is good, right?
Make you madder? Let me just make sure that you know who I'm talking about. Logan, can you put this picture up? This is the dude. Yeah, on the left. That's a dude. And that picture on the right, yep, that's still a dude. Is teaching children that's called transgenderism. Those kids, they were what, 4 or 5 years old, maybe 6 tops? They were probably like, hey, can I get a lollipop? What in the hell is this? Is that a woman? I know there were several boys in there. I know it. That were like, hey, man, Johnny, there's no way that chick is a chick. There's no way. My dad told me about these people. They're like aliens. That's what my dad said. This is a United States congressman talking to our children about transgender, sponsored by the National Education Association, the NEA. Oh, Lives of TikTok drive me crazy too. I want to strangle them as well. I love that Lives of TikTok lady, but she also makes me irate. Whew. All right, let's go. Just for levity, let's go to one of the very first congresswomen that are a Native American, Senator Pocahontas from Massachusetts. And when I tell you Pete Hegseth mocks her and everyone laughs, this is exactly what I mean we have to do to these mental patients.
You're quite sure that every general who serves should not go directly into the defense industry for 10 years. But you're not willing to make that same pledge?
I'm not a general, Senator.
You'll be the one, let us just be clear, in charge of the generals.
That's what you got to do. Come on. You just got to laugh at this lady. She's a nothing. She's a nothing. Now, here are two raging liberals that are starting their own website, and this is Jen Rubin. She was the conservative commentator on the Washington Post, and she just left. I want you to ask yourself, is this something you're going to subscribe to? If you are going to subscribe to this, I want you to go into the vault, and I want you to unsubscribe to me. I don't want you in it. I don't want you anywhere near my vault if you're going for these two lunatics. Play this, Logan. This is great. I love these two.
Hi, I'm Jen Rubin.
And I'm Norm Eisen.
I am here to announce I am leaving the Washington Post in order to co-found with Norm an exciting new online platform, The Contrarian.
Logan,
we are going to
is
bring
the
you written
probability
material,
that these
podcasts, interviews, social media, all in defense of democracy. Our intent is to combat the authoritarian force that we all face. To help us, we have an exciting array of contributors from all walks of life, all ages, all backgrounds to help us in this venture.
We're going to do politics. We're going to do law. But we know that any successful pro-democracy movement also has to be very vocal about culture. We'll have a humor column. We'll even have a cooking column, but we're going to sprinkle in a little bit of pro-democracy flavor.
And we're going to have pets. We're very pro-pets. So please, join us in this journey. We cannot do this without you. We want your contributions, your input, your ideas.
Thank you for joining The Contrarian.
Oh, dear Lord. I'm not joining. Sorry, sweetheart. I think Norm would be amazing to hang out with if you got him just lit, right? You shoot him up with it, have him snort a couple lines of coke. Maybe I want to hang out with Norm. That woman, no. I may have to do a few lines of coke to enjoy that situation. Now, talking about narcotics and the effects of narcotics, I have to show you this video. This is Gavin Newsom. You don't have to be a narcotic agent, undercover narco, to understand this guy's high as a kite. Like, he is high as a kite. And everyone acts as if he's normal. Watch this. This is unbelievable.
Governor, the budget is obviously a paramount process for you and the legislature. And I just want to ask you about something on the other end of the budget, on a different topic, on public safety. Do you think it looks good to the taxpayer for an assembly member who is also the wife of the Attorney General to lead a committee that oversees his budget and other departments?
I literally don't know what you're referring to.
Assemblymember Mia Bonta is set to lead the Budget Sub-5 Committee on Public Safety. I mean, the Attorney General oversees ethics in the state, distributes ethics training to state officials.
I'm just telling you, I thank you for informing me. The legislature makes their determination. I have no idea.
You don't, is it ethical or
I don't
not?
even know what you're referring to. I'm hearing it for the first time.
Come on. That's gold. He almost fell down. It was like, whoa, oh, he's there. He's back. And his answer with that beautiful smile and that great hair and his collars, I applaud him, dude. I do. Your teeth are amazing. Your hair is, I'm envious. I just am. I'm envious. Your hair is amazing. The way your collar, like, is so crisp and it doesn't move. Like, there are times I watch you and I just go, damn, that guy's got it going on. He just does. But he was high as a kite. And his answer, when he smiled with those beautiful pearly whites and that starched shirt, and he goes, I have no idea what you're talking about. Classic. All right, Logan. Logan, call up that guy in the back. Tell him, I got it. It's Love Connection time. It's Chuck Woolery. Now, I want to preface this that please don't allow the voice, the sound of the voice to scare you. I want you to think of it as something of a protector voice that would have your back at all times. And I believe that I could make a love connection. And this is part of the choir in Los Angeles that received money from the budget in LA. And it's a gay choir. Now, don't you be all judgmental in that production booth. Don't you dare be a homophobe. I want you to have an open mind. Love is blind. You just don't know when it's going to zap you. And you're like, dang it, I don't care. I don't care what people say. I'm bringing this person home to family dinner, and I'm going to introduce you to the family because I love him, her, they. I just do. Go ahead, Logan. This is beautiful.
Hi everyone, it's your girl Latrice Ray, the large and in charge, Chunky and Funky. I'm so glad to be joining the Gay Men's Chorus of Los Angeles for their Pride concert going to be held at the Pasadena Civic. I hope to see you there June 30th. I'll be with my girl Priyanka, and we're going to be doing a 3-song medley with the choir, so you don't want to miss this. See you there.
Oof. Now, it's not my type. He, they, them has good teeth. I will say that. And her eyelashes are, I mean, they're natural. And that voice, whew, I don't know if I could wake up to that voice. That might be frightening to me. So, Logan, tell our single man to hold on. Don't make that choice. Don't jump to love yet, because I have love for you. That if you want a more soothing voice, maybe that's what's the hang up. I think this next person could be a Libs a TikTok love connection. I really do.
Apparently my first TikTok got deleted for adult nudity and sexual activity. And I absolutely agree. I mean, I was topless and my collarbones were showing. Jokes aside though, I'm a trans girl at the start of her trans journey, so nothing makes me as euphoric as someone considering my topless body, especially since you couldn't see like literally anything in that video, to be adult nudity. So to anyone who reported that TikTok, I unironically love you and you just made my day. Thank you so much.
Oof. That's a tough call. Do you go with the really clean, sparkly teeth, or do you go with the tartar plaqued gap teeth? Luckily, I am married, and that's one of the 10 commandments. I cannot cheat on my wife. It would be hard. It makes me have to say some prayers tonight and keep me tethered to that commandment when I look at those two individuals. So Logan, you just let me know what the consensus is in the production room, and then I will make that phone call. I will do everything I can. I will pay for that date just like on Love Connection. I'll pay for it. As long as they videotape and show some, so we can show some clips. I love Wednesday. I do. I forgot that it was Wednesday, and I love it because it lives a TikTok. You just don't get better than that. You just don't. I needed my pillow. I will tell you, I needed my pillow after that. Think about this. A My Pillow from Mike Lindell, promo code using promo code JJ, mypillow.com, and you're laying there. I just want you to think about this. You've gone to the gay choir, ballet, symposium, whatever it is, I don't even know. And those eyelashes are just looking at you. And that deep voice just tells you, I love you, baby. Where can you go wrong with that? Who could say love doesn't exist? Mike Lindell's pillow would support you, your head. It could be used as a weapon if you wanted to put like a shoe in it and swing it to knock him out so you can run for freedom. I don't know. All I know is Mike Lindell's pillows. You use them where, I don't care. That guy falls asleep or you got to snuff him out to get out alive. But that's not love. Love is fighting through hard times. We live in a sick world. No wonder Gavin Newsom is high as a kite. There's no way that he is in Sacramento hanging out with those degenerates, then goes down to the LGBTY XYZ pi sign in LA as everything looks like a nuclear bomb exploded. He absolutely is doing hard narcotics. And I don't blame him. I don't blame him. As long as he keeps his teeth white, his hair beautifully combed, and that white starch shirt, man, that cat is pulled together. He's a liar. He'll steal your money. He'll steal your wife. But man, he's got it going on.
Hello, this